Amid escalating tensions, the promise to destroy Iranian defense infrastructure is accompanied by a continuous offensive with no signs of retreat. With the Strait of Hormuz under constant attack, commercial traffic has been compromised, forcing a direct response from the United States. To regain control of the region, the U.S. Navy mobilized a powerful naval force, including aircraft carriers and escort ships, advancing rapidly toward the strait. The operation is already underway at combat pace. Aircraft on patrol, missile systems ready, radars active, and constant surveillance against drones. But before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Meanwhile, on the decks and in the hangars, preparations are intense. Bombs are being transported, weapons are being installed, and fighter jets are being equipped for possible attacks on strategic Iranian targets. Everything indicates that the region is on the verge of a large-scale military operation. Air-to-air missiles were attached to the wingtips. Guided bombs were installed on pylons under the wings. Each weapon was connected, tested, and confirmed as ready. The safety pins remained in place until the aircraft was cleared for launch. The FA-18F Super Hornets, now fully armed and inspected, advanced towards the catapults. One by one, they were connected to the launch system. Their engines were revved to maximum power, and they were launched bow first by means of the steam catapults. Each fighter jet climbed rapidly and maneuvered toward Iranian airspace, carrying enough armament to engage multiple targets before returning to the ship. A group of Marines arrived at the aircraft carrier in V-22 Osprey aircraft, landing on the aft flight deck. These servicemen were assigned to reinforce the ship's security and would also be available for land-based operations if needed. They disembarked with full combat gear and were directed to the lower decks to receive their assignments. On the lower levels, the soldiers began preparing for the defense of the aircraft carrier. They quickly climbed the stairs carrying Stinger portable anti-aircraft missiles and sniper rifles. They spread out along the ship's perimeter, took up positions behind the bulwarks and on elevated platforms, and began scanning the horizon and sky for enemy drones. Stinger's crew positioned their launchers, activated the targeting systems, and aimed in all possible directions, covering all angles of approach. Simultaneously, in another area of the ship, a team loaded ammunition belts into the Phalanx CIWS system, the ship's short-range defense system, an automated rapid-fire weapon designed to destroy missiles and drones at close range. The ammunition drum was loaded, the system was powered up, and the radar-guided turret began automatically tracking, scanning its area of operation. The CIWS was ready to engage any threat that breached the outer defenses. On the upper deck, two soldiers operated a mounted heavy machine gun. They loaded the ammunition with practiced precision, secured each component into place, and carefully prepared the weapon system for operation. Once ready, they initiated a brief test burst over the open sea. The system responded flawlessly, clean, stable, and without any irregularities. A second burst followed, not out of doubt, but as standard procedure to confirm full operational readiness. Every indicator returned exactly as expected. The weapon was live. Nearby, an escort cruiser moved in perfect synchronization with the aircraft carrier, maintaining a steady formation at a calculated distance. Its presence was not symbolic, it was essential. The cruiser's weapon systems were fully active and continuously scanning for threats. Tomahawk cruise missiles sat armed and ready for long-range precision strikes against Iranian targets. Anti-aircraft missile systems remained on high alert, prepared to intercept any incoming threat within seconds. Advanced radar arrays rotated endlessly, sweeping the skies and sea, feeding a constant stream of data into the ship's combat systems. The cruiser stood as both shield and sword, defending the carrier while ready to unleash its own firepower the moment orders were given. On the cruiser's deck, Marines moved quickly and efficiently as they boarded MH-60S Nighthawk helicopters. There was no wasted motion. Their mission was clear: establish an extended security perimeter far beyond the immediate vicinity of the fleet. Within moments, the helicopters lifted off, rotors cutting sharply through the air. Door gunners remained locked in position, scanning the horizon through mounted weapons, prepared to engage at the first sign of danger. The aircraft spread out into a wide patrol pattern, circling the fleet at a distance, watching for fast-moving boats, low-flying drones, or any unidentified movement that could signal a threat. The fleet itself was a fully coordinated war machine, armed, manned, and advancing at high speed toward the Strait of Hormuz. Every vessel, every aircraft, and every weapons system was active, aligned, and ready. The entire formation projected a single, unified focus: Iran. Deep inside the carrier, at the Combat Information Center, the atmosphere was intense but controlled. The room was dim, illuminated mainly by the glow of radar screens and digital displays. Operators worked without pause, their attention fixed on the data flowing in from multiple sources. Every movement, whether on the surface or in the air, was tracked in real time. Friendly aircraft, commercial vessels, unknown contacts, and potential threats were all categorized, analyzed, and continuously updated. Nothing was ignored. Every signal was identified, every anomaly investigated. Officers coordinated closely with other ships in the strike group, sharing intelligence and refining the tactical picture second by second. The battlefield was not just physical, it was informational, and control of that information meant control of the engagement. Above on the flight deck level, the air boss maintained full command of flight operations from a vantage point, with direct visibility over the runway. His focus never wavered. Each returning fighter jet was carefully tracked from approach to landing. As aircraft touched down, their status was immediately assessed. Fuel levels, structural condition, weapons expended, and any required maintenance. Nothing was left to chance. Every detail was recorded, every decision calculated. The moment a jet stopped, preparations began to turn it around and send it back into the sky. The cycle never ended. One needed fuel, another required a full weapons reload. A third required maintenance with a hydraulic problem, demanding inspection before it could fly again. The information was transmitted instantly to the deck crews. Below deck, the work that sustains this cycle never stops. Weapons crews in the lower compartments retrieved ammunition from its storage racks, guided bombs, air-to-air missiles, rockets, and cannon ammunition. Each weapon was placed on a cart and taken to the weapons elevator. The elevator transported the material through the decks to the hangar level. From there, another team took over, moving the carts through the hangar to the aircraft elevator, which took everything to the flight deck. Upstairs, the weapons teams received the cargo, carried it to the aircraft, and began installation. This cycle operated continuously. As soon as one cargo arrived on the flight deck, the next was already being carried up the elevator. A perfectly functioning machine kept the ship in continuous operation. On the deepest levels, teams retrieved and sent out armaments. In the hangar, other groups moved and distributed them. On deck, everything was installed and prepared for use. 3 layers working in perfect synchronicity, ensuring that the fighter jets remained armed and ready, without interruption, day and night. Shifts changed, but the pace never slowed. While the ship rapidly consumed its arsenal, the logistics chain continued to feed the operation from the bottom up. Each bomb dropped began its journey in dark compartments below the waterline, in the hands of invisible teams, essential for keeping the entire war machine running continuously. What do you think? Leave your opinion in the comments. Until next time.